I think that the Supreme Court has shown in the last week or so that it's acting in a more powerful way than Congress or the White House. And we got here because Mitch McConnell, the Senate Republican leader, has packed the court in an unprecedented way. That you might remember in 2016, when the right-wing Justice Scalia died, and he died about 9 months before the presidential election of 2016. And about 8 months before the presidential election, President Obama nominated Merrick Garland. So they had month after, the Senate is supposed to have months to do advise and consent, and they had it. But McConnell wouldn't allow Obama's justice nominee to be even discussed or debated within a committee. So that's how they got one of their right wingers on the court. That's Gorsuch. And then jump forward 4 years, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg dies in mid-September. People started voting for the president 2 weeks later. So in that case, there was not sufficient time for the Senate under the Constitution to do its duty of advising and consenting about the U.S. Supreme Court nominee, but they shoved through Coney Barrett. So what should be today a 5-4 liberal court is a 6-3 right-wing court. It's completely a result of court packing. And Biden has been prevailed upon by members of Congress in the Democratic Party to do something to unpack the court packing that Mitch McConnell has accomplished. And what some of them, Senator Markey, Congressman Nadler, who's a power on the Judiciary Committee for the Democrats, they want Biden to unpack the court, and they've been saying this for more than a year or so, unpack the court by adding 4 justices, so we get to a 13. And it would be a way of undoing the unprecedented court packing that McConnell did. And with the Supreme Court just deciding we're going to make policy, we're going to find, usually, I went to law school. It's hard for the Supreme Court usually to find someone has standing. It's usually a big stumbling block, an obstacle, a hurdle. Does this person have standing to even question this law? Well, they gave the state of Missouri the right to question the college debt cancellation of Biden. And they let a woman, I don't even think she'd started her business yet, to have standing to challenge, the rights of LGBTQ people to be free of discrimination and to be served at businesses. So we're in a real mess. There would be a way to fix it. The way to fix it would be to expand the Supreme Court, the number of justices. By the way, the number of Supreme Court justices has gone up and down, I think 7 or 8 times through US history. So if it were to be done today to undo this tragedy of right-wing court packing in a completely hypocritical way. I mean, everyone knows it. McConnell knows it. We should have a 5-4 liberal majority. None of these reactionary things would be happening today, except for McConnell breaking all the old rules to pack the court. And the only way to deal with what McConnell's done is to expand the court at this point.
Right. And I sort of remember them making this very specious argument back with Coney Barrett about, Trump could have another term, so his term isn't running out the way Obama was, and that's why we're okay with this. But to me, it's a classic example of, the Democrats failing to bring a knife to the knife fight again and getting rolled in the process.